Hey, it's Dena Blizzard, and you're watching One Funny Morning. Welcome to One Funny Morning Show.
From Monday to Friday.
And sometimes on Saturday.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
You never know what's gonna happen.
Carmen.
Cortez.
Good morning, everybody.
What's outside your weather door?
Good morning.
Uppie Uppie.
Happy everybody.
Rolling.
Hi, I'm Shauna Barton.
And I'm Jane Johnson.
We're in Nassau, Bahamas on a cruise.
We are $5 friends that met on the Rock Your Peacock tour or trip in San Antonio.
Correct.
With our husbands, Safety Officer Tim.
Who's filming?
And Shane. Everybody knows Shane. And here we are. We met up on the K-Love cruise and
We're doing your introduction to the morning show.
we have had so much fun on this cruise. We have seen a lot of amazing Christian artists. Who all have we seen so
Chris
far?
Tomlin,
Chris
Big Daddy Weave,
We the Kingdom,
Matthew West.
Matthew
West.
West. Tonight we get to see Kane and
Tasha Layton.
Mac Powell.
Yep.
We're just having a wonderful time, and it's such a blessing that we got to meet up again after meeting on the One Funny Mother trip.
$5 friends all the way.
We're going to enjoy the rest of our last day at sea. Back to the real world tomorrow. We have missed all of Dena's shows this week, but I'm sure we'll have the weekend to catch
Yes,
up.
we're gonna watch. We'll up your podcast score.
Right now, we're going to turn it over to our very lovely, beautiful host, Dena Blizzard. Take it away.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I think they did a great job. Honestly, I have no idea who any of those people are that they mentioned, but maybe I should be looking them up. But thank you guys for sending the intro. It's Friday, I think. Yep. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, TikTok. We are super excited. I know this is an exciting morning. Hopefully everybody has some great plans this weekend. If you are local to Philadelphia, then I have plans for you because starting last night through Saturday, Jay Mohr will be at Punchline in Philadelphia. And we're super excited because so excited for our guest today because he was so lovely and said he would stop by the kitchen and say hi to all of you. Let me, without further ado, because I know you want to see him, and he's hilariously funny. So here we go. You might know him as comedian, actor, radio host, best-selling author. Jay Mohr has been performing stand-up since he was 16 years old, with a career that spanned over 3 decades. He's currently seen in a role in Ben Affleck's movie Air for Amazon Studios, as well as the upcoming Born in East LA film sequel, playing the lead role opposite Paul Rodriguez. He was recently starring in a reoccurring role on Fox series The Cleaning Lady, and has reoccurred on the ABC series American Housewife and The Mick for Fox, as well as starring in the film All About Nina with Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Common. He's been in 25 films and starring in his own groundbreaking series produced by Joel Silver and the late Ted, is it Demi Action. He starred in the CBS scripted show Gary Unmarried, which was critically acclaimed and was on for 2 seasons. He has guest starred in over 50 television dramas and comedy series episodes, and Lulu is in love with him. So please help me welcome to the stage with our very fan here, the slide. Morning. You get applause and everything. It's very sweet. I don't want to brag. It's basically like the Tonight Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jay Mohr.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It's super early.
I'm very conscious about my breath suddenly.
Because we do. I said we have.
Close.
We are. You have to almost be shoulder to shoulder on this show.
I did brush my teeth.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I have a flipper. Can you tell which tooth is
You
my
have
flipper?
What's a flipper? Oh. That was unexpected. That was a first for our show. And why do you? It's called a flipper because you can. Does it? No.
You're acting like I'm taking off a limb.
No, You take it out at night, like my grandma did?
In Canada, that's courting.
Be like, hey, lady.
Yeah.
Now, my mom, so sad news, we lost my dad a couple of years ago. But my mom she said she's not dating, but she met a guy in the bereavement group at church, and they make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches together. And then they go to like lunch after Bible study. So whatever. Anyway, she'll go up to all the fellas. And she said, yeah, I was out. And I said to him, he looked at his watch. So I says to him, what is it, past your bedtime? I go, what did you ask him that for? She goes, I was just making conversation. I go, Mom, do you know what a you up text is? It's a booty call. You going up to that man and saying, yo, what's your bedtime? That is old people booty call.
People,
and maybe taking your
grieve
teeth
in
out.
different ways.
Well, listen, yeah. And they say, hey, what's your bedtime? You can't go up to an 80-year-old man and say, what's your bedtime?
Well, I wouldn't.
Well, no one should go up to it. I mean, unless you're a 76-year-old woman, maybe.
I like your mom's like Jersey through and through, that she's like breaking chops at the
Yeah.
clinic, like,
Oh,
was
yeah.
it past your bedtime?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
like-
her
what's
move.
mom's
That's
name?
that's her move. Diana. She
Diana.
goes by Lady Di. She
Jeez.
she got a whole thing going, Jay.
I met your son Dean. I met your daughter Brooke.
Yes.
I'm still waiting to meet Jay Quellen.
Jake, yeah, she is not here. She's going to be mad she wasn't here because she was excited that you were coming.
She's at Drexel, I understand.
She's at look at you knowing all this
talking to
stuff.
Dean.
Yeah. So listen, normally,
Oh, let me
Jay
ask
is
you
the
one.
driver.
You just hit my arm. I think it's weird when you touch a guy's arm and they flex.
What, did you flex?
No.
Did you flip?
No,
What
but
did
when
you
you
do?
touch, you go like this to a guy, they like instinctively.
Do they puff up?
You haven't
like
noticed
that?
that?
No, but I'm Italian and I do touch a lot of people,
No,
but
it's
I
fine.
don't realize it. But
Huh.
did you flex? Did you? Because
No,
I didn't
you'd
notice it.
know.
I was gonna say because I didn't notice.
You know, Dena. Sorry.
So Diana, that's Diana's move. Just in case you get older and you find yourself 80
Well,
and you're
is
like,
it past your
hey.
bedtime's okay? You got to worry if she starts saying, "Do you?"
Don't give her ideas. She's on the prowl. She is killing at lunch punch.
You want it to be past your bedtime? You know, you spelled that's not a accurate.
I know.
website.
I
You spelled
told
my last
Michelle.
name
Michelle
wrong.
did that. I already
Oh,
called her out on it.
Michelle.
Yeah, I'll show you the text. I was like, by the
M-O-H-E-R?
way, you might want to fix this because it's wrong.
I need to update my
What?
resume too.
Why?
It's just 3. Hey Dan, you know we're recording something right now.
Oh, boom! I say that all the time.
Because 3 decades. I think it's 4 now.
Is it? So walk me through it. So I don't know if Dean told you, but
Do you
Dean,
put rehab on a resume?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Put the
should do
time
that,
in.
right?
You should.
All
You should.
right.
Yeah, but you got to like talk.
You may
it up.
recognize him from Covenant Hills Men's Recovery Center. You may
Perfect.
recognize him from Saddleback Detox.
He'll be appearing there again in a few weeks.
Hell no.
No, I mean as a speaker.
You
Because
may
I know you do
you
that.
may recognize him from standing in line for meds. Please welcome. Who's that guy again?
Jay Mohr,
There was
according
guys
to
from,
Michelle, sexy producer Michelle.
There was
Sorry.
guys from Sober Living at my show last night, like 6
Aw,
guys.
that's so
Sober
nice.
Living's where everybody looks like they just woke up all the time.
I love it. I love it. So let me bring you up to date because I feel like all of us know you from the Jerry Maguire. I was watching clips of you on the Tonight Show doing these amazing impressions. Like, I feel like there was that time period where like, yes, Jay Mohr. But then
No, that's not
there
that
was a
time.
time period where like, where's Jay Mohr? But there was this incredible story and life that you've been living. And you're married to who?
My wife, Jeannie.
Jeannie, and she has been a huge part of this journey for you.
Oh, you watched the Grant thing.
I did.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So tell a little bit of that story because I think he's hilariously funny, as you can tell, and you should go to the Punchline to see him tonight or when he's in your area. But I think you have this other amazing story that people might not know. So
well,
tell us
I'm a
about
drug
that.
addict, in recovery, and there was an intervention for me March 11th, 2021.
Right.
And so I've been sober since March 12th, 2021. And an intervention. Oh, it was at my house. So you have to like lie. You have to tell a drug addict a lie to get them to their own intervention because you cannot think a drug addict, right?
Right. Yeah. No.
But mine was in my house. So then that's like the tip. You know that I was on speed because only a speed freak do you have to trick to get into their house.
But
how
don't
we-
you think you should go home?
How
You're
are we
like,
gonna-
why?
No, I'm in the parking lot fixing shopping carts for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I'm putting all the shopping carts away unasked. It's nice. So yeah, and the lie they told me to get me to my intervention was they told me from my podcast the next morning I was going to interview Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh.
And I was so high, I believed them. So to let you know the level of disconnect and narcissism and self-centeredness.
You're like, I should shower.
I thought Wu-Tang Clan was coming to my house at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Do you listen to Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're not morning people.
Yeah. I'll believe one day that they're coming here, so I might have an intervention as well. That would Michelle use that line if it's ever me.
What would be?
I would believe it.
So what would you, if there was an intervention for you, assuming it's not booze and drugs,
Right, yeah.
drugs and
It'd be
alcohol?
bourbon, but yeah.
What? So what would it be?
What would be the lie to get me to be here?
No, what would your family need to do an intervention on you for?
Oh gosh,
Scented candles,
like
scrapbooking.
cake. You know, it'd be pie. I eat
You
a lot
like
of
making
pie.
pies?
No, I don't. I've never
Eating
make
pies?
eating pies. Eating pie.
But you're thin.
Yeah, no, I'm gluten free, and if I could just eat all the gluten, then I would be 10 times the size that I am. But I eat a lot.
When did the gluten thing start? Because like when we were kids,
I know it didn't exist. Maybe it did, and everybody just pooped
gluten
their
was like
pants
in
in
the
silence.
Greek alphabet. Like
Yeah,
nobody
no.
knew what gluten
Yeah,
was.
no, I know. I don't know. But I think some people must have had, oh, there's a gluten-free muffin.
So she says.
She makes,
might be
I know,
setting you
she's
up
trying to get me to
be
poop my
incontinent
pants.
like, Lulu.
All right, so go ahead. So
Have you ever shit your pants?
well, I'm sure I have. I
Yeah,
don't
me
know that
too.
I want to go into the detail. Have you? Duh.
Not today.
Dena,
Not yet.
Not yet. Not this morning. So we're back at the intervention.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it was a quick intervention. It's like 8 minutes in. I just blurted out, just so you guys know I'm going. I don't know where to look. Do I
Oh.
look at you in here?
Yeah, look in here.
And then I gotta see my stupid fat face.
Yeah. So 8 minutes in, so it didn't take that much convincing.
My first addiction is your approval. You know.
Yeah.
So the fastest way for this approval addict to get everybody in the room from looking disappointed to being on my side again was to agree to go to treatment. So it was really just like a survival mechanism.
Wow.
But it saved my life, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And so I was cleaning because I should have recorded me cleaning because I cleaned everything from like your ankles up. And I was like, hopefully Jay won't look down because I just don't have time to do the floor. Don't look down now. Just keep looking up. Everything
I was
from
on
here
the floor
up.
with your dog.
You were? Okay. I should have shot the video. I was like, all right, I cleaned everything from
I love
knees up.
Boxers are like a nostalgic memory for me because my aunt in
Aren't they
Brick,
great?
New Jersey, raised boxers. And
I
just
love
my whole
it.
childhood they were jumping.
Where's
on
home for you?
Verona.
Is it? You're a Jersey guy? I had no idea.
Girl, come on.
I didn't
I have
know
the
that.
first varsity pin in Verona wrestling history, says the North Star Ledger.
I love that
And
you
I was
quoted
still
it.
JJ then.
Really?
Yeah. Jay was just the name I put on my headshot because I had to pay for my headshots myself. And so JAY was one character less than J period. And I saved like $40 at 16 years old. Now, if I was smarter, which would be average smart,
Right.
I would have just put
Put
JJ.
J. Yeah, I was
Without
going to
the
say,
periods.
yeah.
But you know.
Yeah, or just one J because you're J.
Yeah, but that's weird.
That's
Don't you think
yeah,
it's weird
no,
when people
that's-
have an initial first, like F. Murray Abrams? It's like you become obsessed. Like, what's that?
Yeah,
what's that
what does
initial?
it mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when people have two
Mhm.
initials in the middle,
Mhm.
like I'm Brian ML
Oh,
Brown.
I've never
It's
seen
like,
that.
Yes,
No.
you have. You just don't remember it.
You're like, Dena, you're dumb. Okay.
I didn't see like, yo, that's Anthony L.M. Maguire. And you're like, L.M.
LM. Mm-mm. No, that doesn't bother me. Does it bother you?
Bother's a weird
It's
word.
it's in,
Just
it's
sticks
in there.
out to
It's
me.
in there. Okay.
Like
it says
silent bees.
Jay does this is Joey Cola. You know Joey
I
Cola?
love Joey.
Joey
Oh
Cola.
my
He says you
Joey.
do the greatest impression of Buddy Hackett. Let's see it.
Or to be in Nagasaki where the women chew the backy and the men say, whoa, wacky, whoa.
Now you know why I don't do impressions on
No,
command.
I just love that you can just do it.
Joey's. one of
I
the
was
most
his
talented
wrestling
people.
manager in high school. Jersey Tink.
Well, I don't remember anybody named Tink.
Well, see, I'm telling you, TikTok names are just kooky crazy. That's just a lot. You just never
if
know
we
who
read
you're
these
talking
comments,
to.
this might not be good content.
No.
Maybe people do it to get the comments read.
Yeah, no, they
Oh,
do.
look, my father-in-law had
Not a
first
person.
C. Edward.
Better
No.
than Clarence.
Disagree.
See, his name is Clarence.
Disagree.
Uh-huh.
This is
My
fa-
dad, my brother, my husband, and my one son have two middle names. See, Krista, you're part of the problem. Why? Is one a confirmation name? Do you have a confirmation name?
No.
Are you Catholic?
Presbyterian.
What are the like highlights of being a Presbyterian? Because we get like extra names,
It's
we get
boring.
lunch
That's
bunch,
just
we
like
get
the most
donut
boring
Sunday.
existence
It
that
does.
wouldn't. Yeah. But
Yeah.
although when I'm in LA, I go to St. Monica's because those Catholics can swing. Good band.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Lulu, you're in her co-hosting seat. Co-hosting. Dena, it's me, your cousin Andy. I wasn't his. I was a wrestling manager in high school. Okay, so not related at all. Got it. It's my cousin. Got it. All right, so here we go.
I'm at the Punchline, Philadelphia.
Tonight and tomorrow. How many shows a night are you doing?
2 tonight. Too many.
It's a lot.
It's crazy. You
That's
do an
awesome.
hour, then you go back to a room, and they're like, "Okay, you ready?" You're like, "Oh, I just came from there."
Did you ever do like I was working in like Vegas and they'll do 2 shows a night and like I think my closer was like a callback to something, but I had done 2 shows, so in my mind I thought I had done the setup, but I apparently didn't, and so I closed the second show with just the punchline, and I was like, "Why aren't you guys laughing?" And I was like,
"You guys are lame."
Did I do the setup for that, or was that the first show? It was all so
when you
messed
do 3
up.
shows, you have no idea what you said. So
Yeah,
you gotta
no.
just dedicate one
No.
show just to crowd work.
No, it is. All right. I want to get back to this, but I first want to start with the fact that you started stand up at 16. So you met Dean, and I have a daughter, Jacqueline, who you mentioned. They both do stand up. He started at 17. She started around 20. But like, what makes somebody start doing stand up at 16 that many years ago?
I think you need a God-shaped hole that he's filling.
Just
An insatiable urge to be recognized.
What you were like, you were in high school.
Yeah, I used to watch stand-up religiously, and I would take VHS tapes and put them in the VCR and record The Tonight Show and David Letterman just in case there was like a comic on one of those shows, and then I would just fast forward 4 hours of a tape just to watch the comic, and I would watch Star Search and Evening at the Improv and Rascals Comedy Club in West Orange had public access, had their comedy night. So I would just watch these things religiously, and I was obsessed.
Wow.
And then I was watching the public access for Rascals once, and they said, if you're a teenager and you want to try comedy,
right?
And I went, oh, that's why I'm watching it. I'm supposed to do it.
Okay.
And so I came up with 3 minutes, and I tried. It was on a Sunday at noon.
Uh-huh. It's a great time
in front of other teenage comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And and it was just when I got off stage, I met other guys, and they said, "What are you doing Wednesday?" We go up to Hackensack. There's this other open mic, and I was like, "Oh, I'll see you Wednesday." And then on Wednesday, they said, "What are you doing Saturday?" There's a place in Montclair. So suddenly I found my tribe.
Yeah.
I was always like the outsider looking in, and then I felt a part of it.
Yeah, you need to find that, especially in stand-up. I say that to my kids. They were like, I don't know if I like it. I'm like, find people who suck just as bad as you do. Hang out with them, and then start going to open mics.
Stand-up's, it's like recovery. If you don't want to be here, you probably won't be. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You'll wash out quick. If you don't feel like doing it, by all means, get out.
It's so funny. So somebody, Anna just said, who was your favorite comic growing up?
All of them.
You didn't have like a favorite that you just
I love George Carlin. I don't know who, because it just depended on like that week, because I was so impressionable. And, But as an adult, I love George Carlin's. You could teach college courses on English and poetry, like iambic pentameter and social studies, history, geography, like how religion. He just breaks everything down. Like just watch George Carlin talking about the 10 Commandments, and you go, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, right.
Or like he closes one of his set specials with the end of civilization, like how the earth will get rid of every human, and it's like dreadfully morbid, but it's fascinating,
right?
Like the earth will just shake us off like fleas, surface nuisance. Yeah.
I love it. So when would you say, so you started 16, when would you say that things started to really pop for you?
I got lucky early. I was on Saturday Night Live at 22.
That's crazy.
And and then Jerry Maguire at 25. So
you were 25?
Yeah.
Dean, come here. Dean's 24.
Dean, you're a slacker.
Yeah, I know.
You know why? I wasn't
Dean.
standing in the kitchen eating muffins. Keeping chicks' earrings in my car.
I want to go up there.
Come over. Say a line from Jerry Maguire like you're auditioning. What was the line that Tom Cruise says?
I came here to fire you, Jerry. It's real. You should say something.
Go ahead,
you
Dean.
Ungrateful, unctuous. You wanted smaller. Okay. I want all my clients, and I'm going to take yours too. Whatever.
You know all the
It
lines?
changed my life.
Say it again.
How about my favorite line of Jerry Maguire was
Go ahead, Dean. Put the muffin down. You're auditioning. You can't put the muffin down for 5 minutes. Put it in your pocket.
when Tom says to Cuba Gooding Jr. in the locker room, "You have no idea what it's like for me to be here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about. Help me help you."
That was a great line.
It's like, wow.
So good. Dean, it's your audition. You're late and you still have muffins on your face.
Dean stinks.
All right. I'll be auditioning for the role of Jerry Maguire.
No,
No.
it's not what Jay was not Jerry Maguire.
No, he's actually right there.
Oh, he is. Was that a Jerry Maguire line?
You have no idea what's up for
Okay,
me to
good.
be here for you. It's an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege.
All right, Dean, that's your line.
What's my line?
All right.
All right, thanks. And that is my time.
Three words.
How tall are you?
Me, 6'2".
Oh, sorry. We're looking for somebody shorter.
Your time is up.
6'2".
So,
I love on is it Best in Show and Christopher Guest? No, it's Michael McKean and I forget the other guy's name. The gay couple are checking into the hotel and he goes, "How tall are you?" Ted Begley Jr. behind the desk and he goes, "I'm 6'2". He goes, "I feel like Alan Ladd on Easter Island." I have no idea what it means.
I love it. I know, Dean. So by the way, so normally when Dean goes to pick, he usually picks up our guests. I will give him my car, which is usually nicer than his car. But tonight, since I don't have a car today, the boys had to be picked up in Dean's car, which I apologize for.
Why?
Because he has a 24-year-old car. It's like dirty. You probably didn't even notice. If it was a lady, they'd probably be like, I'm not getting in your car.
Dean's
but the
the
guys
man.
were just like, yeah.
What is this? Let's just trash Dean.
No, but I was thinking that. I was in the shower. I was like, oh, Dean's in his car. It's probably gross. I did make him clean it out the other day.
No,
So,
it's perfectly fine.
Dean, can you just say, help me, help you? Just, can you land that line? This could be it. Okay. He's never, I don't even know if he's seen it.
You're a mope.
It's just.
Have you seen Jerry Maguire? Have you seen Insomnia with Al Pacino?
Have you seen Blue's Clues?
I have seen.
Okay, just want to give you a frame of
show
reference.
I
here.
know a lot
Okay,
about.
he could
just
rock.
gotta learn.
He could
I
rock a Blue's Clues audition.
Rockin', I will crush it with Blue's Clues.
What was his favorite show when he was a kid?
Blue's Clues
Oh, really?
Oh, Bob the Builder too.
and Bob the Builder.
Can we fix it?
I used to, yes, we can.
You're
I used
hired.
to dress up as Bob the Builder, man. That was
Get out of
my
the
show.
get out of the show.
Yeah, you're done, Dean. You missed another opportunity. Missed.
Listen, call me when I'm auditioning for Bob the Builder.
Yeah. All right. So it says blah blah blah. Oh wait.
Somebody
so
said
last
you're
night-
dressed for Blue's Clues.
he is. He is. I'm telling
I keep
you.
getting off camera here.
Yeah. You got to scooch. So so you go through all of this. It was around 50, right? What your recovery.
I was 50, yeah.
And you talk a lot about, because I just turned 50 last year, so I'm 51 now. 50 is it's kind of like a put up or shut up year, don't you feel like?
I like this where you're going. Keep going.
So in the last 2 years, I lost my dad. I got divorced. All my kids either left for
Congratulations.
college or have, moved on, but then they moved back. But there was a time, menopause, hit 50, growing my silver out. I don't want you to think like, wow, she should do her hair. Like, this is me like leaning in now. I'm done.
Yeah.
But like,
But
do you feel
don't
like
you think that's when women become their most attractive is when they finally act their age? When they're no longer when nothing is performative,
I think that here's what's so funny. I have said I'm going to grow my silver out. Every woman I've said it to is like, why? Why would you look so pretty?
Why should
look
you
so
be
young.
happy?
You look
Why
so
should
beautiful.
you become translation?
You're not 70.
Why should you be comfortable in your skin?
But every
When I'm
man
not.
I've said it to is like, I think that's a wonderful, I bet you'll look beautiful. Yeah. It's so funny how men seem to be much more embracing about aging for women than women are.
I got a $30,000 hair transplant, fake teeth, and Botox. I'm Botoxed until my ears are touching in the back.
But there are still things that women do. But I think just the idea of silver hair on women is really jarring for a lot of us.
Emmylou Harris, gorgeous.
I know.
Silver.
I know.
I worked with Ellen Burstyn, and I asked her how old she was with back then you could do that. And I forget what age she was, say 64, whatever. And I said, you know, you're such a beautiful woman, Ellen, and you're even more beautiful that you're this comfortable just being who you are and what age you are. And she goes, I've never lied about my age. I go, yeah. And she goes, but my son's been 35 for a long time.
That's really funny. He can't
35.
ever be more than 35 and that'll work. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, 50. I like what you said though. 50 is to put up. It's like 50. You're either full of. There's no hiding if you're full of shit at 50.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
It's like, oh wow, I've been talking about writing a book since I was 20.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I'm in the middle of that. Have you written a book yet?
Yeah, thanks for doing your research.
It wasn't on my paper. It's
No, you
not
did say
in your thing.
best-selling author.
I did.
Yeah, it's all right.
Sometimes I don't really read.
I wrote Gasping for Airtime about having panic attacks on Saturday Night Live.
Really?
The obligatory stand-up comic is now a father. But the titles, you'll no wonder my parents drank.
Why?
Because when you have kids, it's like it'd be
Yeah.
so much
Oh,
easier
yeah.
if you
No,
just
no.
chug booze.
Yeah, no.
And
That's
then
true.
actually wrote a poetry book when I was high on Adderall. And by the way, it's fantastic.
Is it? Go ahead. You have a favorite poem? Hit me.
No, most of them. I don't memorize it, but what am I?
You literally just gave me the entire script of Jerry Maguire, and you
but I'm
can't
not some
remember.
troubadour.
You don't remember your favorite poem that you wrote on Adderall?
Let me see if I can pull one up on my
Pull
phone,
one
but you're
up.
going to have to cover
Cover what?
time.
Oh, you mean vamp? You know, I talk for an hour every day
Go ahead.
by myself. Real dumb. I'm gonna listen to his books. Did you make audiobooks?
Yeah. And I'm
Okay.
actually doing another audiobook now for somebody else, and it's the most terrifying thing.
I was gonna say maybe you
All
can
right,
do
this is
my
called
audiobook. Wouldn't
The
that be
Big
great?
Dig.
Okay, here we go.
It's unlikely she knew how much work was involved. Uncovering my heart is a secret business. Centuries of planning and lifting fingerprints found under mud and bone, behind a cement door, outside the city walls, in my southern prison, under iron curtains with a checkered present. You want to get out of here?
That was some deep. What time's your bedtime?
That's what I should have said.
That would have been a good callback. That's so good. It was
Thanks.
deep. That was deep. I like it. So you write the book.
Yeah, Adderall
Jay,
helps. Adderall does help you focus, but after a while, it helps you focus on getting more Adderall, and that's all I focus.
So that was your addiction.
Oh yeah.
And so at 50, you go in. That's your put up or shut up moment.
You know, I always felt separate from, and I always felt like everybody else in the world was following some kind of game plan that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Like, where's everybody? These guys all seem to know where to go. I always felt like a freshman hanging out with seniors.
Yeah, me too.
And the first time I felt a part of, and I was exactly where I was supposed to be, and there was no refuting it, was at 50 years old, standing in line for meds in my pajamas with a bunch of other drug addicts. There's no negotiating reality when reality is, when the square peg is finally smushed through the round hole, and you're just standing in line for that little stupid paper cup that fits two pills. Like, thanks.
Wow.
That was a big, like, oh, I'm really a part of here.
This is where I'm supposed to be right
Yeah,
now.
like this is a problem.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was so humiliating that you just do whatever they suggest you do.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. I mean,
Yeah.
the people have really struggled with like cravings and stuff. So I'm not speaking to that, but it's really just getting out of your own way, just like life. And when people say when I got sober, they really could just be saying when I got out of self,
Yeah.
when I was other-minded, when I was thinking about someone else and what I could do for you instead of what I could do selfishly for myself.
So when I was cleaning from ankles up last night, I was listening to one of your interviews, and in one of them, you say, I feel like so much of this was me just giving myself over and being 100% completely vulnerable and trusting this process or something.
Yeah, like I stopped playing God, like my way, doing things my way got me to rehab at 50. So it's like, all right, let's see if something else can take charge of my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to surrender to that.
Yeah.
That God.
Now, here's what's so beautiful. And if you do get a chance, I'm so glad all of you are visiting us here, but there are some great videos and interviews. And the interviews you do with Jeannie, your wife, and listening to her talk about you, is so beautiful. And even when she talks about this awful time that you went through and how you talk about how her support helped you, but she really just is in all of you when she talks about you on stage. So if you get a chance, you should go and listen to this interview. But she specifically says that through this process, one of the things that she is most admirable about you is that you can go on stage and take this thing that was an awful time and learn to make it funny, find some funny in it. And she specifically talks about angry packing. And she tell everybody about angry packing, where it came from, and how you use it.
I thought that Jeannie did my intervention. So when I was packing for rehab and she was standing in the bedroom watching me pack, there's two women know how to angry pack.
Yeah. We know how to angry clean, angry cook.
Yeah. So
we angry.
There's
anything.
2 ways to angry pack. You either never look at the person and I just body you out and I just never acknowledge you. But the way I did it, I went the manly way and I never took my eyes off of you. And I never said a word. I just kept staring at Jeannie the whole time. And I'm just shoving things in a backpack. And then I got to rehab and I had 14 pairs of socks and that's it. All I had was the top drawer. So I had to call her
angry.
After mother effing her to her face with my eyes, like 6 hours later, could you bring me some sweatpants?
I was angry packing and all I got
and
was
maybe a
socks.
shirt. It was awful.
I love it. And so it's so beautiful to listen to her talk about this journey for you, but just her being so proud of how you can take something that, and I think that that's the genius of comedy, right? Like any of the comics that we know or watching know this, like some of the worst moments of your life with time become some of the funniest.
Well, I mean, that's also the job as a comic. Yeah. I remember being in rehab, like saying, I need a notebook because I got to write some of this stupid stuff down. Mm-hmm. We had to, and there's things that don't even work on stage, but just maybe they're just good for podcasts. Whereas we have this thing you do where you write, it's like a bonfire meeting. Okay. And then at the end, they take a log and everybody gets a Sharpie and you write down what you want to get rid of. And then we throw it on the fire and you get rid of it.
I like it.
And, but I went to an all men's kind of Mexican rehab. There's a lot of gangbangers where like English was second language. Okay. And this guy, Tommy, he wanted to write worldly goods. But on the log, because he's the guy that signed it before me, he wrote wordly goods. Wordly, like boggle, Scrabble, like no more boggle, no more Wordle.
No Scrabble.
I'm not even going to play Hangman. Wordly goods.
So is this what you wanted to write, or are you just bigger?
And the irony of like not really being great at English, and then actually your mistake takes it way up into like erudite levels.
I like it.
I don't want any more wordly goods. I don't want the ingredients,
no
instructions,
Wordle, nothing.
Yeah, it was. But you talk about how Jeannie talks about me. But that's. I look at her and I'm in awe. Like she runs a $7 billion company.
It's amazing. I read up on her too.
She has shareholders. Like she has a city of people that like at any given moment, an internet, like the Lakers brand in China is like the McDonald's are just to us, like instant recognizable, wow. It's like this. And she's just a woman who prior to being married was just this lone wolf, just going through life. And in a totally man-dominated field where guys will just pat you on the ass and say, there. And she's just killing it.
That's awesome. It is. It's a really beautiful interview because the two of you are coming from such different places, and
we're really like ridiculously in love and happy.
I was gonna say, and that totally comes across. It's really beautiful. Now, when you are doing your stand-up, and so like when you come out of rehab, because it's only been what, two years?
It'll be 3 years and 3 weeks. In a month, it'll be 3 years.
That's awesome. So in the 3 years, do you come out of, because I know coming out of my divorce and all of that and menopause and all of the things that my old material just didn't feel germane to me anymore. I was like, this isn't where I am.
Germane, like evergreen?
Did you like it? It's my worldly, wordly.
That's my
So that's my big word of the day. But I just didn't feel where I was. So I ended up writing a new hour about dating at 50, awful, dating sites, all of the things, being naked again with somebody after you've been with the same person for 24 years. Like, it's weird, all of the things that
Try
go
getting
along
sober.
with that.
When you get sober, sex is a shameful act.
Is it?
Oh, with the lights on, you're like, what? Me alone out here with our naked bodies?
What?
Let's get the
I
cover
can
of darkness
see you.
going.
So did you purposefully then decide to write a new hour from this perspective? And then what are the reactions that you're getting from people who have been through this journey as well as who haven't?
I wrote things down in rehab about it because, like, the absurdity of things. And then I would do it a little bit, but you're kind of embarrassed.
Mm.
And then I was doing a show during COVID it was an outdoor, everything was outdoor. It was like a church parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And another comedian, Jimmy Shin, in recovery, said to me, hey, this audience is all sober livings. Just talk, right before I go on, he goes, this audience is all sober livings. Just talk about when you were in rehab.
Right.
And I went, okay. And it's like, it doesn't dawn on you until it dawns on you.
Yeah.
So thank you to Jimmy. And then I just literally ad-libbed 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
And all the things I had written down. So it's almost like that preservation, that defense mechanism. Like, I'm just going to catalog what I find odd or funny, and then it pops out at a later date.
Mm-hmm.
And then, have you noticed this? Like, when you do a new joke, it won't work. And then once you do it like off the cuff and it kills, and you're like, oh, it was something in me. Like, I was kind of,
Yeah.
I was tiptoeing it out, and they somehow metaphysically,
something
they
happened, and you're like, oh.
And then when I was just free of, like, I don't think this is maybe that fun. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. And then, but the response has been, I mean, great, and sentimentality will always trump like wacky or funny. Like, if you can be really, like, from your heart, people don't expect that when they go to a club, or, so the response has been great. And Dane Cook gave me the best compliment. I went upstairs at the Laugh Factory one night because I just wanted to say hi to him. And he goes, you know what? 30 plus years, me and you, we've heard everything. I go, yeah. And he goes, everything. I go, yeah. And he goes, when you talked about your intervention, I went, what's that now? Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, that's good.
It is. That's what I was just going to say. I think that, you can go into any comedy club and hear a lot of the same premises. I mean, for years, right? There's just some things that are universally funny, but I think that when you have, sorry, I get jittery. I feel like when you have a story that's so raw and so you, that I think it does come across. I think it comes across every minute that you've been here, probably the same on stage. So
it's really neat though, knowing that you're going on stage and you're the only one with this. Mm-hmm. Like, you guys don't even know. Like John Mulaney, I think, is the only other guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I beat him to it though. He just happened to be on SNL.
Yeah.
I love when he goes, of course it's an intervention. Why else would everyone be behind a door?
That's Colby. Colby likes to knock over the lights during the show.
Colby looks like he should be on the back of a nickel.
Yeah, he's very distinguished. Very sophisticated. Funny. Very sophisticated.
Do you ever have a cat?
No, my mom's allergic.
Cat litter boxes are weird. Like because I've had a cat and I realized the absurdity of that. It's like when you have a litter box, you look at it and you go, not yet.
That's not time.
It's not like overflowing with shit.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to go out in the snow because of 3 pieces of sesame chicken.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait until it's a health hazard.
It's all disgusting.
The laundry room and my clothes smell like ammonia and shit.
Jay is a dog lover like myself. Him and Jeannie have 3 dogs as well, but his dogs are tiny. My dogs are gigantic. I have a feeling the poop situation is real different. I have like gigantic human poop in my yard.
You have human poop in your yard?
Yeah, well,
I hope
size, not mine.
Somebody should freeze that.
I'm just saying the dogs are
so there's your assignment. Isolate that clip and use that in your next intro. I have human poop in my yard. That's a great bite.
I meant size. Human poop size because they're big dogs.
I love your
But
Greg.
you probably should.
It looks great.
The best. Just gonna have Jay follow me around and just be like,
right on.
Great.
I got gray sideburns. It's very Very daddy.
It's like two. There's like two of them. So you have a son, right?
Two sons,
Two
20
sons.
and 12, different moms.
And are either of them thinking of doing stand-up?
No, one wants to be like a district attorney.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll get there too. Dean's List at Oregon, my son Jackson. And then Mackie, my 12-year-old, is in 6th grade. He likes to relax.
Yeah. Video games.
He just likes to relax.
Yeah, no, I hear it. So we have a note from Michelle. How did you and Jeannie meet?
I had a radio show and I interviewed her over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely imagined that we were vibing. Maybe I didn't, but then I slid into the DMs, as the kids say, and asked her to do my podcast. And then she did the podcast. And when she stepped off the elevator, it was slow motion. I just went, whoa. And I was love at first sight. She was like,
"Ah."
For her, I was like, that like really rundown house on House Hunters. It's like, I mean, it's way under budget, but
maybe
obviously
with a little work.
But obviously, we know why it's under budget. I mean, is the backyard always going to be flooded?
So how long ago did you guys meet?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
such a good story.
yeah, we're very much in love. We go bowling Tuesday nights.
Are you part of a league?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But I'm
Have you
into it.
started pickleballing? Because
No.
it's everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Have you?
Oh yeah. And
You
then
take
I
your
got
dates?
the tennis elbow.
What apps are you on?
Apps.
Dating apps.
Oh, I was on the Bumble
Yeah.
and the Hinge and all of them.
I
That's
got kicked off of Hinge because they thought I was trolling people as Jay Mohr.
They didn't want to verify you or
They thought I
something.
was catfishing people as Jay Mohr.
They're like, Jay Mohr couldn't be on
This is
here.
I was a while ago. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if that's really that impressive.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the worst.
But it's like the perfect plan, like mid-level blue collar
Yeah, yeah,
celebrity.
yeah.
Like, no, it's
no, it's
it's
really
me.
me.
I'm Barry Bostwick.
I got on the app, and at some point, the one I really liked was Bumble, because guys can't talk to you unless you talk to them first. But on the other apps, it's free. It's a free for all, right? Which I didn't really like. But I got a message, and it said, "Hey, Dena, I know where you live," and I was like, that was uncomfortable. And then a few minutes later, he was like, "I used to be your mailman a few years ago," and I was like, "Okay, still not better."
Yeah,
than
it's
that
still
it should
creepy.
Stop. Yeah, but yeah. So
Federal benefits, though.
yeah, there you have that.
Need help with these kids.
So in some of the interviews, I thought
Wait,
this
why
was
are we moving away from anyone dating apps? This is way better content.
because I thought this was interesting. So listen, let me tell you about our
So
audience.
which app did you have the biggest success rate? Mine was Grindr. I'm not gay, but I'm willing to learn.
Listen.
What?
So
What app did you have the biggest success rate?
I would probably say Bumble or
And how do you
Hinge.
define success on a dating app?
Okay. You know
You
what?
throwing the leg over?
We're almost out of time. Look at the time, you guys.
Are you dating anyone now?
What? It's hard to hear.
Are you dating
There's
anyone now?
There's a lot of.
Are you
Do you
ignoring
hear
me?
that feedback? That feedback
Are you
we're
dating
having?
anybody now?
So anyway,
I'm not going to stop.
Okay.
Are you dating anyone now?
Tell us about your sleeping arrangements that you have, because you and Jeannie.
Why would you answer a simple question?
I
if
might
you're
be
dating
dating somebody.
You
Yes.
dating your mailman?
I'm dating the mailman.
Does he know you have human shit in your yard?
Anyway, you and Jeannie
You got
have
flustered.
a very interesting.
We have separate apartments. She lives above me. It's fantastic.
How does that even come about?
First of all, you're just jealous.
I am well here. Okay, let me tell you about our audience. Our audience, majority women. A lot of them, I would say, might be either 50 plus or there's a lot more women that are choosing to leave relationships, live on their own, do their own thing. And there's this idea that like we find our vibe, like I got a nice vibe here. Like even if I met somebody I wanted to be with, do I want to lose my vibe? Like you're finding some people are having separate bedrooms. Some people are having separate houses.
The idea at 53 years old to share a mattress with someone until I die is insane. Like every night when I have given up, at the end of the day, I surrender. I'm now throwing myself. I sound like Russell Brand. I'm throwing myself to the ether. When I'm just throwing myself to the ether, I just have to shut down. Oh, sorry.
You don't like to cut. You're not a cuddler?
Yeah, but no, we're not talking about cuddling.
We're
We're
not.
talking about shutting it down.
Just straight sleeping.
Scratching your balls, farting,
All right.
rolling around. No.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Right.
Yeah.
So why should I? Conversely, why am I shouting? Is a better question. Conversely, why should you wouldn't also want your man to have to hold that in
Yeah, no.
to appease you? Like, go do your thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna go do your thing.
Well, couldn't you do the same in separate bedrooms? Because that's
Yeah, of course
like,
we could.
You could.
But
So
that's just not how it.
that's just not
that's
how.
just not how the cards.
So like,
go.
who brought it up? How did like if somebody wanted
The
to do
judge.
that? if somebody wanted that, like, what would be a good way to like bring up to the person that you love and you want to marry to be like, I want to marry you. I just don't want to see you in the bathroom or smell you in any way. Like, what's like a good way to like maybe bring a topic up? Like, hey,
Let's have separate bedrooms.
you think that most
You know, when I was also on
Men would be-
Adderall, I was a life coach, and I was great at it.
No, you weren't.
Swear to God.
People listen to you? I mean,
You have human shit in your backyard.
but it went well for people.
Oh yeah, I still get letters with people thanking me.
Really?
They're like, "Are you still doing it?" I'm like, "No, that was so I didn't have to face my own problems." But what I was going to say is, it's that conversation, because one of the things I used to say is, it's not a confrontation if there's information.
Oh, was that the drugs talking, or do you really still believe that?
Oh, that's the best way to go about it.
Is
Like
it?
the information is, I'm not comfortable sleeping at night. Neither are you.
Okay,
Is that the drugs talking?
I don't know.
What do you consider success on a dating app?
Wow, look at the time.
No,
Jay
why won't
another interview.
Why won't you answer this?
I
question?
think. All right, I'll answer
I'm
that
talking about like the
question.
worst times of my
No,
life
no,
and my
yeah.
claim of redemption and coming up off the scrap heap, and you won't even talk about having sex with your mailman.
Okay, all right. So I feel like with dating apps, a good date would be one where by the end of it, you're like, yeah, I would go out with this person again.
Perfect. Well,
You
sorry
know,
about
like
that.
it was very low expectations. Like you're saying, you had this moment where Jeannie comes out of the elevator and she's walking in slow motion. You hear
Well,
music.
it's the only
When
time that's ever
you're-
happened in my life.
I was gonna say, when you're on a dating app and you're on a date, you're like, I hope he doesn't murder me, and if he does, like at least put me on the side of the road where like, somebody might
At least
find
wear
me
my
sooner.
skin to the Grammys.
Yeah. like it's
Who are you wearing,
It's very
Dena?
low expectations. I'm wearing the fella I met on Bumble. So yeah,
I remember on the dating app, I just once you make the connection digitally, then it's like going from
Yes.
algebra to geometry.
Yeah,
Like now
just
I have
the
to go
vibe.
see you physically,
Yes.
and that's where I would tap out.
What do you mean? You
I
would,
just once because I'm
would
an
you
addict.
go? Would you go?
No, I'd just be like, you know what, something came
Oh,
up.
You're
Like
that guy.
I just pursued. I got the validation. Now I'm gonna move over.
Oh, you're the guy. You're
I'm
the
filled with-
ghosting guy. You're the guy who you would
No, I
talk to
wouldn't
for a month.
ghost. I
For
would
a
just-
month, you would talk. And somebody said that whatever you do, don't talk to somebody for a month, and then say you'll meet them because they're not going to meet you. And
Yeah, I
they
guess you're right.
specifically meant Jay Mohr.
Thank God I'm off the apps.
That's yeah. Yeah.
What app do you like on your phone the most? What do you use?
You're gonna crack up. It is super dumb, but I love it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Duolingo. I'm learning
Cool.
Spanish, and I don't want to say I'm bilingual, and I feel like you could tell. And I have convinced my mom that the biblioteca is a disco that you go to that has books on the wall. And but it is. I do 15 minutes every day.
What a great word, biblioteca.
That's what I'm saying. When I started learning it, I was like, hey, let's go study at the club. And I was like, why would you study at a club? Because sometimes on Duolingo, they'll put words together that shouldn't be together. Like it'll be like the cow likes to go shopping, just so you know, like contextually, you'd be like, oh, the cow is giving milk, but it'll give you like weird words together.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is everybody studying at the club? Like it just was so my mom doesn't know any Spanish. So I kept telling her the biblioteca is a nightclub. And then I just found out there is a club in New York called Biblioteca. And I was like,
cool.
I'm going. Tanya's coming with me. So.
You've referenced Tanya twice now.
Tanya, so we have a lot of followers. We go on trips now. We're going to Nashville. We just sold out a trip. It was
Who's
like-
Tanya?
Tanya is one of the followers on here.
Oh,
so
follower.
Shakendra is very famous. She's also on Duolingo. There's a lot of famous people in our audiences.
Best guest ever.
Yeah.
You're dating your accountant?
Am I?
So
She's
it
dating
says.
her accountant. Oh, I don't know.
Who's your favorite Muppet? In Sesame Street or the Muppet Show?
I have a couple. Oh, I love me. That guy.
Beaker.
Mm-hmm. Who's
How about
yours?
how about Beaker's boss,
He was the professor, right?
Bunsen Honeydew. He has
You knew all of
glasses,
that?
but he has no eyes.
I love it.
He has no eyes.
I love it.
Just a felt circle.
Why do you know so much?
How do you not?
Can I tell you? So I used to do audience
I
warm
like
up.
Rolf, the piano playing dog.
Oh, he was good. So I used to do audience warm up. I worked with Paula Dean, and the way her setup was, there was like a hosting table. And then there were like the audiences in the front, but behind Paula, there were these high top tables. So maybe 8 people would be on high tops
I've watched
behind
that
her,
show.
right? Okay. So one day we have Kermit the Frog on.
Hey, old
Right?
Kermit I do a good Kermit.
Go ahead, do it. So he's on the show, right? But so she's talking to him, but the puppet master is clearly under the table, obviously, right? Well, the people behind Paula the entire time are just watching. Their heads are down because I've seen Kermit before, but you've never seen no one ever sees the puppet masters. So these 8 people are watching the puppet. Their heads are down. It looks like they're just staring at Paula's ass the whole time. They're like, Dena, get them to put their heads up. I was like, heads up. And it was so funny. They wouldn't do it because I wouldn't do it either. If I could watch the guy that's Kermit the Frog, I would totally watch him.
You're like me. You have a sense of wonder. You have childlike wonder.
Oh,
Because when I was on Sesame Street, I was with these.
Of all the things that you've just name dropped, you being on Sesame Street might be the coolest thing that you've said so far.
It's like when you're talking to a hammer with eyes and eyebrows. He's like, hey, I'm a tool, aren't I? It was like I was working with all tools and things.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it's because you would just. I don't want it to be real. It's like when you're on like Space Mountain. I don't want to see the tracks.
Oh,
I just want to be in a rocket ship.
You know who else was amazing on that show? It was so many years ago. But you get lots of different celebrities that come in, and if you work on a show, you're supposed to be professional. You're not allowed to talk to them unless they talk to you first. It's kind of like the rules. So everybody's I know it's whatever. So we had on Henry Winkler.
Nicest man in the world.
And we're in a restaurant. It's not a real studio, so everyone is literally cramped like this in the hallway, waiting for the show to start. So he's standing right here, and there's a whole bunch of us, and he just stands there, and he's really quiet. And he goes, "If anybody wanted a picture with me, I'd be happy to do it. You don't have to, but I know you're not allowed to ask me. So if you wanted to, you could." And we're like, "Okay!" And we all run, we all are snapping. Yeah. Like he was the only one that
sweetest man
ever did that.
If you had like just a pie, just whatever kind of matrix-like chart of the nicest 2 people, and it's Henry Winkler, and I think Paula Abdul would be the female.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like
That's
just
so
like,
nice.
oh, she's like Lulu.
Okay.
Same
I don't know if
size.
she wants. Oh, is she tiny?
Oh, she's Lilliputian.
Is she? I didn't know
She's so
that.
sweet. Henry Winkler's Jay. He's the best, isn't he?
That's so nice. And the funny thing is, and so like it's somebody's job on the set. Like if we were real, somebody would follow Jay around, like, Jay, can I get you something to drink? Jay, can I get you this? Like that's somebody's job on the set. So this girl was following him around going, can I get you this? Can I? And the entire time he was like, I'm fine. Can you go check on my wife? See if she wants a drink. Yeah. He just kept pushing them over to his wife. He didn't need any. He's like, I'm fine. I'm good on my, it was so
I like
beautiful.
that you didn't know Beaker's name, but you imitated him.
I did. He was great. Me.
Professor Bunsen Honeydew is his
That's
boss.
so funny. You're so funny. Don't you have a radio show? Don't I have to let you go now?
If you were a fighter, what would your walk-up song be?
Milkshake brings all boys to the yard. How about you?
I'd probably go like Dirty Deeds by AC/DC.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Who's your favorite Muppet? Put them in the chat.
There it is. Who's your favorite Muppet? Mm-hmm.
We can do this. So I could be on this show from my house. And
you could. You're always welcome. We'd love to meet Jeannie as well. You'd have to go to her apartment.
I could have put makeup on this. How do you? Gotta get that filled in.
There's that.
4,103 grafts.
What?
Yeah, I got a hair transplant surgery.
Wow.
You want to see a picture of me bald and fat?
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm down 70 pounds.
All right. You are?
Yeah. When you pull this
You're
out.
literally just becoming this whole cool different person after 50. I'm telling you.
I know.
After 50, you just got to find yourself out. Snuffleupagus, Animal, Grover, Gonzo, Ernie, Cookie Monster, the Yips. What's a Yip? That's not you. That's you?
That's me on the set of Winning Time in last November.
That doesn't even look like you.
Who said Elmo? You're off the show.
Oh, you gotta go down. There it is. Wow.
It looks like I need an EpiPen. Swedish Chef is strong.
Wow.
Grover's, who said Grover? That Trisha Murphy.
Yeah.
Grover was like, he was one of my first crushes, I think.
Was he really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Grover. So I'm about to ruin the Muppets for you. Kermit the
Oh.
Frog and Ernie is the same voice.
Kermit the Frog.
Because there's only so many puppeteers.
Right.
So, hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here for Sesame Street News, and here I am at the house of the three little pigs. Yeah, hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. What are you doing, Bert? It's the same voice. And Miss Piggy and Grover, same voice.
No.
Near 4. Hi-ya!
Did you ever dream of being a puppeteer? You're so good with voices. Is
Who
it on your
says
list?
I'm still not dreaming?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Miss Piggy and Foz. I don't think Fozzie's the same.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you're watching the show. Dena, it's a great last name, Blizzard. It means mayhem. It's crazy. Look at all these gals in your chat.
Have you ever met him?
Yeah, I did a movie with them. Thanks for doing the research. I did a movie called Suicide Kings, where I was in a room with him for a month.
Really?
Yeah, we kidnapped him. So let me.
Okay.
I'll save you the trouble.
If you could just.
He's a
Play it
mob
out.
boss,
Okay.
And we kidnap him.
Okay.
But me, Henry Thomas, Sean Patrick Flannery, Jeremy Sisto, and Johnny Galecki.
Wow.
Dennis Leary comes in to save him.
Huh. What does he think of your accent?
My accent?
Your impersonation.
When did you become 90 from Minnesota? What does he think of your accent? It's kind of condescending.
What
are you going to
think
go out
of
tonight? Do one of your little
impersonation?
bits? You're going to go out and do one of your little sketches
One
tonight?
of your skits
What
tonight.
are you going to go do a bit?
Why do grandmamas always say skits?
Are you going to be are you like looking forward to being grandma?
No,
Like,
I am. You know what? I have just gotten rid of my kids, and I am living the dream. I am having so much fun.
you're killing it.
Yeah. So, although my daughter, so here's the thing. So I was a stay-at-home mom.
You were an
for-
athlete, right?
If the glockenspiel is considered
You
a
played the
sport,
glockenspiel?
I don't want to brag, but that piano doesn't play itself. So in the marching band, there's no piano. So all they have left is let's strap these bells to you and put you in a
Do you have-
cowboy outfit, and guys will go nuts.
What high school did you go to?
Camden Catholic High School.
Do you have a favorite pianist?
No,
Hmm.
I should.
Check out Bill Evans on Miles Davis' Kind of Blue album.
Yeah.
The minimalism is really.
Really? So I am classically trained. So I was like total classical nerd. Then the glockenspiel didn't help, that whole thing. So there was that.
Glockenspiel.
Okay, so who were you in high school? I want
Who
you to
was
know.
I?
Okay, so here's
I
what
was
I'm
a wrestler.
Okay, so I don't know if you did this, but when you start dating at 50, you've missed 50 years of someone's life. And for whatever reason, Jay, I decided that whenever I would go out on a date, I would say, who were you in high school? As if who they were 40 years ago, and if they were in the band or the wrestling team, would give me a semblance of who they are. But it's actually really helpful.
But it's also very
Like
telling.
we wouldn't have dated.
You and I?
The glockenspiel player and the wrestler don't date.
Wow. Well,
They don't. Trust me. Don't make. All right, I'm gonna pull up the picture. Go ahead. You keep talking. I'm gonna pull up the picture for you, and you're
wrestler
gonna.
makes sense.
Yeah. See, people love that. Let me see if I can find
I played the bells in church.
the bells in church, like these.
Yeah.
I used to teach them.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something.
What?
You're very tall, though.
I am
5'10"?
5'10". Yeah, real handy when you play the. That's
Is your daughter, is Brooke an athlete? She looks like an athlete.
No, she's a
Well,
violinist.
You used to do cheerleading.
Yeah, but
She did. It was competitive cheerleading.
it
No,
was.
you're off camera,
The voice of the-
I can't find it. I'll show you when we're done. You have to
Joey
leave. You have
Cola.
enough. Joey Cola is
You know what?
the best.
He's like the vice president under Henry Winkler.
That's what I said. I said he is the godfather of comedy. He is.
No,
the
it's like Henry
nicest
Winkler, the
person.
single nicest.
Yeah.
Like Joey Cola is definitely in that
Just-
cabinet.
So Joey Cola, you may not have heard of, but you should have because he's amazing. But he was the audience warm up for Rosie O'Donnell for years when she had her talk show. When she and they were so close and had so much love for each other. When she is done the show, I think she bought him a yacht or something, like something crazy. He's just the nicest guy. Does
You were
Jay
Miss New
know?
Jersey?
I was.
Really?
Many moons ago.
My grandmother was Miss Odessa.
Really?
In Texas. I'd like to know who took second place in that beauty contest.
I love it. I love it.
Miss Permian Basin.
What was her talent?
I don't know.
Wow, you were really close with your grandma? Cool.
You didn't pass your bedtime?
Listen, if you enjoyed our show tonight or today, because it's daytime, go see Jay. He's there at the Punchline in Philadelphia tonight and tomorrow night. There's 2 shows each night.
I was in kindergarten band and they took the bells out of my bells.
How long have you two known each other?
We just met.
About an hour and 10 minutes.
JayMohr.com. I don't know if that's really accurate anymore. If you go to my Instagram, JayMohr37, there's a link to my live dates.
Does somebody have Jay Mohr and that's why you're Jay Mohr 37?
Yeah.
Somebody took it.
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Really? That's weird. You should get it back. Oh, there it is. A Boat Pro Line 19-foot center console. Joey Cola.
Oh, that's really?
Genius. Yeah, you just said it. Yeah, it was beautiful. The love that they had for each other was so beautiful.
Jeannie's assistant's name is Octavia.
Oh yeah? Best one yet. Oh, Octavia, I think is probably not the same one, but all good. All good. So check out Jay's books. There's audiobooks, so you get to hear all of the fun accents, impressions, all the things. And make sure you check out his touring schedule. I'm sure he's going to be near you very soon. And yes, we would love to have you back anytime.
There's a lot of car talk. I'm not a car guy.
Well, I lost my car. It's dead. And I have to buy another. It's like it's dead. And I have to buy one like in the next 4 days. And so we're all trying to figure out what I should buy. And apparently you're supposed to have a budget. So... And mine is.
I see you on a Harley.
That's what I thought. I was thinking Vespa, but I'd go Harley with like a sidecar for the dogs.
You're too tall for a Vespa. You look like Dena on the Flintstones.
With my feet doing that. Oh. All right. So ask Jay if I should get into stand-up.
I've watched you do
No,
stand-up.
there's Chris. Somebody else is asking.
Why? What do I know?
I'm in Massachusetts. I definitely drive to go see Jay Mohr.
Yeah, I play Laugh Boston when I'm. All right, if we're reading comments, that's not.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. We're done then?
I don't know if we're done.
You have somewhere to be at 10.
Yeah, we should get going. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this.
Yeah, so everybody, let's hear it for Jay Mohr doing a great job.
Lulu in a sidecar wearing goggles.
Yeah. That's it. That's what we're doing. So thanks for watching, everybody. Says, do something for yourself for others today. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back here Monday. Hopefully you'll get to the show tonight at Punchline or one of Jay's shows very soon. But have a good day, everybody, and a great day. And we'll see you on Monday morning.
You have a podcast?
I do. Well,
I just figured I would do you to you.
Well, we turned this into a podcast, but I'm trying to do another podcast.
Have you ever worked with Christopher Walken?
Okay.
Did you ever write a book?
All right. Gotta go. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.